Vlogmas December 13th, Friday. Yay, Friday. I'm really liking this sort of every 2 days vlogging type of thing. Thank you for the feedback you guys gave on my last video. A lot of you said you like the short videos, but they don't necessarily need to be so frequent, which is interesting because this whole blogging challenge or vlogging challenge is about vlogging every day until Christmas. But it's been fun to try out just to see how I feel about sitting down consistently and doing short videos. And I think I like it. So, quick update. I didn't do a video yesterday or maybe the day before also because I dyed some yarn. That is not what I'm showing you right now. I'm showing you my shawl. So here's a quick update on my, I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I might call it the Agua Dulce shawl because that's the color of the yarn and it's super easy to name things after yarn colors, but I might not, we'll see. I've just, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I've just reached the part where this is gonna start being garter stitch for the rest of the shawl. So this is as wide as the lace is gonna get, and then the rest of it will be garter stitch. So, ta-da! I'm very pleased with it so far. And I still have a decent amount of the first cake left. So that's cool too. Let's see. Sorry, this is getting all tangled. I'm trying to get it back into the bag. This is a nifty little bag that I got recently. I'll have to find the name of the maker and link it for you, but it cinches at the top and then you can tuck that down into the handles. So it has handles and a cinch, and I really like that because it's very easy. On the gift making front, I wasn't going to do a whole lot of handmade gifts this year, and then I called my sister and I asked her for suggestions for her boyfriend and his 2 kids. And I told her, oh, I totally already killed it with your present. And she goes, oh, did you make me something? And I was like, no. Should I have made you something? Because I have made gifts a lot in the past, especially on years when I couldn't afford to spend a lot of money on Christmas gifts. I decided that I would spend my time because time is valuable also. And it turns out that she really, really likes the handmade gifts. And I should have just made something. So she requested a, Hannah, don't look. I don't know if she watches this. Do you watch this? Tell me if you watch this. I don't know if she watches my little videos. Don't look, I'm gonna show the yarn. It's already in my hand. You won't know what the pattern is, haha, because I won't show it. I am gonna use this Big Twist, I'm showing you upside down, Big Twist Sparkle. So this is the Joann's brand. They have, it's very, very interesting. I think this is supposed to be their version of Red Heart, like Red Heart Super Saver, but it is softer. It's not quite as soft as Red Heart with Love, but it's still a very soft acrylic. So it's 380 yards, 6 ounces, which is 170 grams. It's like a worsted to Aran weight. And it was the only skein of it I saw in the store. I looked for it, I went back, hang on, I'm gonna grab the other stuff. Okay, I saw this too, and this is the Big Twist Value. So this is like Red Heart Super Saver, but it's softer. If I were going to pick an acrylic yarn for like 100% acrylic, I would definitely go with this. This is the Joann's brand. I would definitely go with this over like Red Heart or whatever. It's just nicer. Not all the colors though, because I went to get black to go with this, like as a contrast, and the black of this was rough. It felt like the Super Saver. So I ended up getting Big Twist Soft, which is a little bit, let me compare yardage. 320 for 6 ounces, okay, so this one's a little bit thicker. This is a little more towards Aran weight than this one, but I don't care. It's also a slightly tighter ply. See, this one's kind of loose. That one's a little bit tighter. I'm impressed you can actually see the plies in that. So anyway, my sister asked for a black hat, and because it's her and I think she would like the sparkle, I'm going to make her a black hat with this black and gold sparkle. It's probably not going to be anything super duper duper fancy because black is ridiculous to knit with. So I'm going to look in the indie gift along bundle and probably just try to find like stockinette or ribbing, you know, something super super basic so she can have a comfy hat. And then this is yarn I dyed. This is my Tabitha colorway. It's like this nice dark purple, and she also loves purple, so I'll probably make her something in this nice, it's Aran weight tweed. So, and that should tell you about my yarn taste. I am equally, like, I'm gonna use acrylic and I'm also gonna use yarn that I dyed. Welcome to my life. It confuses people that I don't just use one or the other. There you have it. Speaking of yarn dyeing, check this out. I had so much fun doing this. I've been experimenting with doing, I call them mega skeins. Look how big it is. This is a 300 gram skein of worsted weight yarn. So this is like 800 yards. 246. No, it's more. Okay, so like 700 yards, 650, 700 yards of worsted weight merino in one big skein. This one is already sold. I'm just showing it to you before I ship it out. But it's so big. It's so pretty. This is Rage. The colorway is called Rage. Also, I had a little bit of a yarn dyeing mishap, which turned out okay. I dyed some yarn and it was not superwash like I thought it was. And I'll insert a picture. I felted the heck out of this yarn. It was single ply, like merino, not superwash. Oh my gosh, I felted the heck out of it. But a friend of mine said, well, why don't you just try to wind it? Like, just try. See what happens. See if you can get the strands to separate. I was like, okay, guess I will. Look at that. It worked. Doo-doo-doo. So I now have this kind of, it's like slightly fuzzy. It's a little bit floofy. It's just kind of like a nice floofy singles. So this was originally dyed for yarn support for a designer, and I'm waiting to hear back from her if she wants it like this, and otherwise I will just send her a different color because I had not intended to make felted singles. But I posted them on Instagram, and I've heard from a bunch of you that felted yarn is actually a thing, that some people do this intentionally and it's a thing. So what I thought was a serious mishap is technically me learning a new dyeing technique. Ha ha! So I did it in this color. This is Mermaid Lagoon. And I knew I was gonna grab the weirdly twisted skein. And then look at this. This one reminds me of, you know how you watch sci-fi movies and they're like, warp speed? Half of you just laughed at me and the other half of you just like turned this off. Anyway, it reminds me of when they're, you know, at warp speed and you can see the lights zipping past. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? So I think I'm gonna call it warp speed because looks like you're going at warp speed. I just like it. It's so darn cool. So this is like different purples and blues, and this was felted too. This was, I'm a dingbat and I felted yarn, but thankfully it was only 5 skeins of yarn. It could be much, much worse than felting 5 skeins of yarn. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. If I had done like 20 or 30, I think I would have cried. But all's well that ends well. It came out okay. Oh, and the reason they look like different sizes is because this one is a longer loop than this one. So this one just looks big and squishy, but they're, you know, singles. So that's what I've been doing. Not a whole heck of a lot of knitting gets done or crocheting gets done when I'm dyeing yarn. I seem to have the inability to focus on both at the same time. So for the past couple days I've been in yarn dyeing mode, and I'm trying to get back into making things mode before Christmas so my family members can actually have gifts. Since apparently they want handmade things and I didn't know. Hooray for worsted weight yarn. It will work up so quickly. Yeah, so you might be seeing more gifts unexpectedly. But, oh, stash stuff. Okay, I talked last time about, real quick. I talked last time about stash down and stash management, right? As opposed to being super, super severe about stash down. So I was talking to Rachie Nguyen, who, if you don't know, is a fantastic crochet designer. You should go check out her work. We chat on a regular basis and see each other at shows and stuff. And so I was talking to her, and she and I were having similar thoughts about stash down, that all the super strict rules are really hard to follow, and not everybody's in the same place financially, not everybody's in the same place in stash desires. Like, not everybody wants to just work from stash for a whole year. And she was like, I think I'll run an event. And I said, I think I will join your event, because I don't want to moderate one of my own when you are running a event that's exactly what I want to do. So Rachie is doing a stash goals event. Basically that means you go on to Facebook or Ravelry, either one, she has threads in both places, and you just say, this is my stash goal. She's starting it for the first quarter of the year, and I guess if there's interest or if it goes well, it'll continue. And if there's not, or it kind of peters out, then it won't. So my stash goal for the upcoming year, I opted to go with something simple. And my goal is going to be more yarn out than in. If I find that that is not enough motivation for me to get yardage out, I may set a specific yardage out per month goal. But for right now, my goal is just more yardage out than in. And I track that in a spreadsheet. I have all of my stash in Ravelry, and you can download your stash in an Excel file, and just, I really, really like spreadsheets. They're amazing. I love them. So I make it math out all of the yardage for me, and then I put that yardage into a tracker spreadsheet, which I got from a friend. And that tracker spreadsheet will show me how much yardage I've used for the month, for the year, whether I'm using mostly knitting it, crocheting it, gifting it, buying it, all of that good stuff. So I can have a super accurate picture of where I'm at stash-wise. Not that stash is bad. I have just been, this sort of the past 6 months to a year, this is the first time my family has financially been in a place where I actually have disposable income that I could buy yarn. Like, literally, it's been it's been almost 8 years that I've been married to my husband. We were dating for 10 years, married, and therefore living together for 8 years. We did not live together until we got married. And so it's been like 8 years since I've had disposable income, because before that I was in college, didn't have disposable income either. So it's probably been like 10 or 15 years. It's been a long time. And I went a little nuts. This is mostly yarn I dyed, so, you know, whatever. But I went a little nuts. And I'm looking to kind of rein myself in, be a little more responsible with the spending, and use up some of the beautiful stuff that I've dyed and that I've been able to get. So, stash goals 2020. That's it. This is a long Vlogmas. I will stop talking now. See you later. Bye. I hope you join me over in stash. Oh, crap. Stash goals. Rachie Nguyen. I will link it. Go check it out. Bye.